Welcome to Victory Lane. I'm your host, Reverend Lawrence Gray Sr. We're going to continue with the reading of the book From Three Pennies to Hell, starting at page 84. As we headed toward the payee's office, I asked Otis, "Do you always leave him in your apartment when you leave?" Otis said, "Yeah, he's all right. He's my friend. And besides, I ain't got nothing for him to take anyway." I said, "Yeah, you got that right." We crossed Market Street to Taylor, heading up to the office. I said to Otis, "I'm checking out the action and seeing who's who and what's what." The streets were busy with people doing the normal things that people do, moving and grooving, going to and fro, laughter, music, with some standing on the corners drinking and eating as the dealers and the users did their business, looking over their shoulders, making sure that there were no police around. Otis said, "Lawrence, you see who you want to deal with?" I said, "Not yet, Otis. I'll let you know." Then I heard a voice from one of the young dealers in the crowd as we passed by. "Hey, OG!" I turned to see who was trying to get my attention. He said, "Hey, OG, book writer, you remember me?" I did not remember his face at first, and then it dawned on me that he was one of the young dudes following me that Sunday night when I was out in the TL trying to do my research for my book. He said, "Hey, you want something? I got cream, and I'll fix you up." I said, "We're going to the payee's office right now. I'll be back in 15 minutes. He said, "I'll be right here. Make sure you deal with me and me only, and I'll make it sweet for you." I said, "You got it." Otis withdrew $60 from his account, leaving him a balance of $80 still available for his use. I told him to give me $40. He said that he could spend $50 and still be okay. But I knew that most times in the dope world, if you would spend $40, you would normally get the same thing as if you would have spent the extra $5 or $10. I cautiously approached the young dude who was selling the crack, looking out for the police. We made the exchange from hand to hand, money for dope, dope for money. I could see that it was a decent amount for the money spent. He said, "You still working on that book?" I said, "Yeah, I am." "Can I be in it?" "You already are." "Oh, you mean from the night on the block?" "Yeah." "Cool. Now you got to know my handle, my name." "What is it?" "Easy Money." "Okay, Easy Money. You got to make sure you spell it right." "I know how to spell." "No, OG, it's spelled like capital E, capital Z, capital N, O, N, E, E, E." "Okay, I got you. I gotta go. See me anytime you come up here and I'll take care of you." "Okay." I had to get away from the group of dealers as quick as I could, because if I knew you being a user, then the police know you're dealing too. It's just a matter of time before you get busted. You can sell drugs and make a lot of money in doing so. You can sell merchandise in exchange for money, and so with drugs. You can even steal money from a store, bank, or whatever. But one thing is absolutely sure, and that is this, that sooner or later you will get busted. It's only a matter of time. You might get away 999 times, but that 1,000 time will be the time of you getting busted and being locked up. This I knew from experience, stealing to support my addiction. We bought some vodka, cigarettes, chips, chicken, soda, and a couple of lighters and headed back to Otis' apartment to get high. Slim was sitting in his usual spot, doing his ritual of rolling tobacco mixed with crack and smoking it very gingerly. He said, "Let me see how much you got for the money on the streets." I showed him, and he said, "That's good, because I can't do it like that. I got to support my own habit, and I got to make what I got last. You know what I mean?" I said, "Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I ain't no dealer, and what I sell, when I sell, is just the way it is." "Yeah, okay. That's why Otis ends up owing you so much money from his check. He won't go out and try to buy some crack for himself because he don't want to take a chance on the street. He takes a chance all he wants to. He just don't do it. What do you think he do when I'm not around?" "Maybe you're right." "I know darn well I'm right. I'm right, ain't I, Otis?" Otis said, "Yes, Slim." I seen the fear in Otis' eyes as Slim looked at him real hard. I said, "Why you looking at him like that? He turned the same look in my direction, but I didn't flinch. I met the look eye to eye with my own look, and I guess we both had a conversation without speaking. Don't freak with me, and I won't freak with you. Otis said, Lawrence, you want some vodka? Sounds good to me, Otis. The tension was back at ease as we drank, smoked, and talked about life until paranoia set in. Getting high always starts out smooth, but soon enough, the path of the demon comes into the room, circling and menacing into the mindset of evil. Regardless of the situation, when the devil steps in, he takes over in one form or another. Slim sat there motionless, staring at the floor. I kept looking toward the front door in the kitchen, waiting for someone to knock at any moment. Otis was sitting on the bed, smiling with a blank look on his face. It appeared that he was the only one in the room who was not tripping, at least in a paranormal sense, probably because nothing seems to bother him at all, whether he's high or not. Page 88, the aliens. Slim finally spoke up after his intense staring conversation with the rug as I began to sweep back and forth looking for anything white that might be cracked, even though I had dope sitting on the album cover in front of me. Hey, Lawrence, you know they're here. Who's here? Aliens. What aliens? You know the ones I'm talking about. I don't know a thing about no aliens, Slim. Yes, you do. He turned from the rug to looking outside the window. It was strange, but neither of us looked at each other during the whole dialogue of speaking. He staring at the rug and me sweeping the floor. Finally, I came up for air to take another hit, and he returned his attention back to the table to begin his ritual of making a tobacco cracked cigarette. And he said, You don't believe me? About what? The aliens. What aliens? They pass by this time every day. Come over here to the window and you'll see them. I did not want to see any aliens if there were any aliens. Maybe he was right. Maybe if I did go to the window, I might see them too. Maybe if I did, I might lose my mind and jump out the window. Maybe if there were aliens out there, maybe they were trying to get in and get us all. I looked back at the front door, waiting for the aliens to knock, waiting for the aliens to just break it down, waiting for the aliens to abduct me and take me away. I'm not jiving you. If you come here, you can see them. Oh, they're right outside right now? Yeah, right there. As he pointed his finger to the outside, he said, Otis, come here. Look and tell him. Otis got up, looked through the window where Slim was pointing and said, Yeah, Slim, I see them too. I thought both of them had lost their mind and that they were trying to get me to lose mine. Slim said, I told you, Lawrence, even Otis sees them. I said, yeah, right, hoping that the aliens would not come through the door and take me away. Slim said, come and see for yourself. I sat there staring at him in his paranoid state of mind and me in mine, but I decided that I had to see these aliens for myself. Come and see for yourself. Me and Otis ain't lying. I said, okay. I looked out the window and there they were right in front of me, but I did not recognize them as aliens. He said, you see what I'm talking about? I said, no, I don't see what you're talking about. He said, there they are right in front of you. And you don't see them? No, I don't see them. You must be blind. Me and Otis see them, and we see them all the time. Don't we, Otis? Otis with the silly smirk on his face said, yeah, Slim. Lawrence, you mean to tell me you don't see them walking down the street? No, I don't see them walking down the street. Okay, then you tell me what you see. I see a bunch of white people who have just gotten off work walking to the train depot to go home. Those are the ones I'm talking about. They ain't no aliens. They white people. No, Negro, them is aliens. Whew, let me have a drink. This is too much. I'm telling you, Lawrence, they look like white people, but they are aliens in white people's bodies. Is that right? Yeah, I see them every day. They wear sunglasses and they walk real fast in those tennis shoes and they never sweat. You gotta be kidding me. I tell you, sometimes I be outside when they get off work and I be walking on the street with them and they just walk straight, never sweat, don't even talk. Well, I guess they're trying to get down to the train depot so they can go home. Yeah, I know, but they all aliens. Man, you crazy. Okay, you think I'm crazy all you want, but I know they aliens. Let me have another drink. Let me have another drink. I'm trying to come down. The doorbell rang, and Otis jumped up to the intercom. Who is it? The voice on the other end was once again the sweetest sound that I had not heard in a long time. As she answered, Sheila. Slim sounded off again. Here comes Sheila. She always got something to say about everything. I said, well, people have the right to express themselves. Yeah, but she expresses too much all the time, like she's a queen. Considering what's been walking through the door, she is a queen. Bull. Otis opened the door, and the diva walked in. Hey, Otis. Slim, I forgot your name. I said, my name is Lawrence. And she smiled and sat down on the bed next to me. And she said, I didn't forget your name. I'm just messing with you. I said, it's cool. You want a hit? Yeah, I could use a hit after dealing with that old lady I work for. I mean, I know she's old and all that, but sometimes she just gets on my nerve. Wanting me to do this and do that. Slim said, ain't that what you get paid for? She said, thank you, but I was speaking to Lawrence. A moment of silence went by as the looks of screw you passed Slim and Sheila. I said, hey now, well at least you got a job, Sheila. She said, yeah, you got that right, but sometimes it's just not worth it. But what you gonna do? You gotta eat and pay the rent. Slim said, that's life. Sheila humbly agreed this time, easing the tension in the air. Yeah, Slim, I know it is, but it's bad sometimes. Slim said, oh, I know what you mean. If these dang aliens didn't have all the jobs and give some people a chance, we could make it. Sheila said, oh, here you go again with them dang aliens. Lawrence, did he tell you about the aliens? I started to laugh and said, those are just white people on their way to the train station. They call them commuters. Slim said, I don't care what you call them. I'll call them aliens. Sheila started laughing too and said, you see what I was talking to you about earlier? All of them are crazy. Slim, Otis, Funky Dave, Crazy Salt and Pepper Dave. Slim said, I ain't crazy. Sheila said, yes you are, if you think those white people are aliens. As he began to puff on his cracked cigarette, he said, they are, and I don't give a hoot what none of y'all think. Everyone in the room took a hit from their pipe, inhale and exhale, then silence. As we all went into our own dark tunnel within our minds, traveling down the road of being possessed by the devil. We did this for the next 2 hours, getting high and drinking and talking every now and then. Sheila was looking real good to me. I wanted her, but I knew that the timing was not right. It was something that I would have to work on. I just had to be patient. I said, you want another hit? This time I gave her half of what I had left, which was about $20 worth of crack. Easy Money had given us a real good deal. It stood to reason because that's what smart drug dealers do. They give you more than what you spend so that when you hit the block again, you will look for them. Sheila said, thanks, Lawrence, but you don't have to give me all this. I said, it's cool. Smiling at me with those big brown eyes, she said, what's on your agenda, Lawrence? I said, you, one of these days. She said, oh, do tell. Don't you think because you give me some crack, we gonna get down? I said, hey, it's all good. I ain't looking for nothing from you. I just appreciate the company of a woman. She said, okay, as long as you know where I'm coming from. Besides, I got a man. I just looked at her smiling and said, hey, Sheila, it's all good. Enjoy the high. She took down her defense and said, okay, thanks. I said, you're welcome, and started thinking that she's not going to be an easy catch to get laid, but I'll be patient and wait on my time. The doorbell rang and Otis got up and answered, who is it? They both cried out like a television game show host. It's Dave and Dave. Sheila said, oh, Lord, it's Funky Dave and Crazy Dave. Now I know it's time for me to go. Slim said, here come these two crazies. Sheila said, all y'all crazy. If you ask me, a bunch of men sitting around looking at each other all the time. Slim said, we just friends. Sheila said, yeah, okay, friends. And she gave me the beware of men who say they are just friends look. How come none of you guys have a woman? As a matter of fact, how come none of you even bring a woman with you to the apartment to get high with? Slim said, I ain't wasting my dope on none of these bras. Yeah, I know. You'd rather waste it on a bunch of men. Otis answered the front door, and they came in smiling and greeted. Hey, Slim. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Lawrence. We're just passing by and thought we would come up and visit. Sheila said, okay, passing by. Now I have heard it all. Two dudes just passing by without anything to do. Is that right? St. John Dave, known as to Sheila as Funky Dave, he said, yeah, that's right. Salt and Pepper Dave, known to Sheila as Crazy Dave. Yeah, that's right. There ain't nothing wrong with friends visiting friends. Sheila said, is that all y'all are? Just friends? Funky Dave said, yeah, me and Otis go a long way back, all the way back to the projects as kids on Harbor Road in Hunters Point. And Crazy Dave said, yeah, we just friends. Sheila said, I believe all y'all punks. Slim said, I don't care what you say. I ain't nothing like that. I said, Sheila, go on, take your hit and let that stuff go. She said, oh, yeah, you better watch out. You better watch yourself because they're going to try to get you too. I said, I ain't worried about nobody trying to get me because I don't go that way. And I'm not a switch hitter. Crazy Dave said, a switch hitter is a baseball term meaning that you can bat left-handed or right-handed. I said, I know what it means. I'm just saying, I don't get down with men and turn around and get down with women. I'm straight as an arrow. And I'm not getting into any of y'all stuff if y'all are having sex with each other. That's your business. Funky Dave said, it ain't nothing like that, cuz. I said, I only have one cousin in the room, and he ain't you. Otis said, everybody just be cool, and let's just get high. Dave and Dave broke out their pipes along with some crack they brought with them and started getting high. Otis was right in their face, getting his fair share because he's the house man, and everyone have to give the house man some dope if they want to get high in his house. The atmosphere got real crazy again as Crazy Dave began to speak. I, like music. Do you like music? Sheila spoke up. Sheila, my name is Sheila. Crazy Dave said, no, your name. Sheila said, I knew it was about to get crazy up in here. Slim said, I told you that they're crazy. Funky Dave said, I'm not crazy, Slim, and neither is Dave. Sheila said, I've had enough. All y'all crazy, and I gotta go. I can't take it sitting around looking at y'all look at each other. As she was speaking, I noticed Otis and Funky Dave just staring at each other with smiles on their faces. They were into each other, and it did not appear to them that any of us were in the room as they Google-eyed each other like a man and a woman, wooing with their expressions of talking without saying anything. The dust was starting to fall, and Sheila said, it's time for me to go. I had enough of this madness on Claremont Street. I said, well, Sheila, it's been good talking and hanging out with you. We'll have to do it again. She said, yeah, that'll be cool. Otis, come lock your door, and I'll see you later. Otis said, okay. Okay, Sheila, come back again anytime you want. She said, I know that's right, because when I come, I usually have some crack, and you do whatever to get some crack, right? Otis just laughed. Oh, Sheila, go on with that. See you later. See you later, too. Hey, Lawrence, watch your back. Slim said, she need to go and get away from here with that mess. She be talking. Salt and Pepper Dave said, yeah. I don't appreciate that kind of talk. Slim's response, you need to shut your stuttering, crazy, no talking self up and just don't even speak. He said, okay, Slim. I thought, wow, he got control over them just like Sheila said. He continued, Otis, give me a cigarette. Otis said, okay, Slim. As he hurried to get a cigarette from his pack, he kept drilling orders to Funky Dave. Give me a light. He said, okay, Slim, here you go. I said, you got everybody dancing to your music. He said, it ain't nothing like that. These dudes just want to take me for granted. I give them dope, alcohol, cigarettes, weed, and they got to do something in return. You know what I mean? I said, no, I don't know what you mean, and I don't want to find out. What y'all do is y'all business, and that's all I have to say about that. He said, you'll understand what I'm talking about one day. I said, I understand loud and clear right now, and I don't need one day. Otis, I'll be back. I'm going downstairs and call my kids. Miss Jones, Loretta's mother, answered the phone. I said, hello, Miss Jones. How you doing, Lawrence? Well, I'm all right. Trying to get things together to get my family back. Well, Lawrence, I don't know what to tell you. You keep sending Loretta and the kids through all kind of mess, and they can't keep going through this stuff. You're a grown man, and you're supposed to be providing and taking care of your family. Instead, you got your wife and your kids living with me. Now, I don't mind because that's my daughter, and these are my grandkids. But as a father and a husband, you're supposed to be doing better than what you're doing. I know, Miss Jones, I'm trying to get it together. Yeah, but how many times must they go through all of this stuff while you're trying to get it together? You know a person can only take so much, and then when they have enough, that's it. Miss Jones, I'm going to do better. How many times have I heard that, Lawrence? I know that I said it quite a bit, but this time is the last time. I don't know if you had that much time, Lawrence. That's between you and Loretta. Yeah, I know. Is she there? Yeah, she's right here. Hold on. She came to the phone with the snap in her voice, and I knew it was not going to be a pleasant conversation. Hello? Hello, brown sugar. I'm not your brown sugar anymore. What? You somebody else's brown sugar? No, not yet, but one of these days soon. I'm tired of a relationship that's going nowhere. I have given you so many chances, and you keep doing the same thing, and I had enough, and I'm not coming back. You can see your kids whenever you want, but I'm not coming back, Lawrence. Oh, Loretta, we're going to be all right. No, we're not. Snooks, telephone, it's your dad. He came to the phone with excitement in his voice. Hey, Dad, how you doing? When am I going to see you? Real soon, son. I'm trying to put things together. Are you and Mom going to be together? Son, I sure do hope so. Mom said she had enough, Dad, and then she started to cry. I don't like seeing Mom cry, Dad. I know, son. I don't either. Where's Natalie? She's at Janae's house. She says she's tired too, Dad. She says she's tired of moving because you can't pay the rent. I know, Snooks. Did you get another job yet? No, not yet. I'm working on it. Dad, I sure hope you get one real quick. I am. Hey, Dad, you seen Idris? No, I'm going to give him a call after I talk to you. Okay, tell him I would call him, but I can't run up Grandma's phone bill calling long distance. At least that's what Mom said. When you talk to him, tell him I said, hey, okay, I will. I'm going to see you guys real soon. You going to bring me something? Of course. Don't I always? Yeah, okay. I'll be sure to tell Nat. Okay, son, I love you. Let me talk to your mama. Dad, she said she don't want to talk to you. Tell her I said come to the phone. Okay, love you, Dad. Love you too. Pass the phone to your mama. He passed the phone to Loretta. I said hello. She said goodbye. Click. Man, so much for talking to her. I called Idris. I just spent $2.25 for that long distance call to Fairfield, and I did not have too much change left for this next call to San Leandro, but I had to speak to my oldest boy real quick and see how he was doing. Hello, Verdia. How you doing? I'm doing fine. Is Idris home? No. Idris is out riding bike with his friend. Okay, tell him I called, and I'll call back soon. Okay, I'll let him know. Are you doing okay? Trying to make it. You and Loretta still together? From a distance. Well, Lawrence, you know, you've been taking her and the kids through a lot of changes, and people sometimes get tired. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. Anyway, I wish you well. I'll let Idris know that you called. Do you have a phone number where you are at so that he can return your call? No, I'm staying with my cousin, and he don't have a phone. So I'll try to pick a better time to call when I think he might be at home. The nighttime is always a good time because I'm not going to let Idris run these streets at night and get himself into any kind of trouble. That's good, Verdia. You're a good mother. Always have been. I do my best. Yeah, I know. And I thank you for being a good mother. You don't have to thank me. That's what I do. Okay, you take it easy. You take it easy, Lawrence. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. It was refreshing to talk with Verdia and my son and Loretta. Even though she was feeling the way she felt, I still had hope that maybe we would get back together, and yet I kind of knew that in the back of my mind that it was over. Funky and Salt and Pepper Day were not around when I got back to Otis' apartment, only Slim, and he was getting all his stuff together, preparing to leave. Otis said, Lawrence, you gonna spend the night? I said, yeah. It's kind of late to go and line up at the shelter, and besides, I probably won't make it in before they turn people away. Slim said, you know, Lawrence, what you need to do is go and sign up for that welfare money. I said, yeah, I've been thinking about that. Ain't nothing to think about. Ain't nothing to think about. At least you have something coming in, and they even give you a place to lay your head for a few days. Is that right? Yeah. You get a free hotel for about 5 days. That sounds all right. Yeah, you might as well. Heck, everybody else is doing it. You know, if Crazy Dave with his stuttering self can get welfare, you can get it too. Yeah, okay. I'll check it out tomorrow. Where do I go? The main office is on Mission Street between 9th and 10th Street. They open up at 8 a.m. in the morning, but you better try to be up there by 7 or maybe even earlier than that because it's a long line, and I'm told that it takes all day to go through the process. Well, I ain't got nothing but time on my hand, and I need to have some kind of money coming in. Yeah, everybody needs some money coming in, and if you don't have a job, you might as well get signed up and get yourself a room. Okay, yeah. How does that work again? They give you a voucher, and you can stay in a room and not be on the streets. Some people just sell them to the drug dealers on the streets for a good piece of crack and or money. The room costs about $30 a night, so you can play Let's Make a Deal. The voucher is a hot item on the streets if you want to get rid of it. That's good to know. Or you can take the voucher and just get yourself a room and don't be bothered with all these people for a few days. How many days do they give you? 3 or 5? I'm not sure. They'll let you know when you get your money. Okay. And what about food stamps? They don't give you those right away. I think you have to wait a while, something like 1 or 2 weeks. But you'll get them once you go through all the motion. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Slim, for the 411. Anytime. Now I'm gonna get out of here because I got to be up early and go check on my money. I hear you. They're trying to cut me off my disability, and I always got a story for you to try to take your money. But I've been getting paid too long for them, from them. So all I got to do is show up and walk in there with my cane real slow. You know, I'm not just faking it either. My back is messed up. It's a wonder I ain't dead. What happened? I was working construction, and one of them beams fell from the roof, fell on me and hit my back. It did something to my nerves. I was in the hospital for a week, and I had to have physical therapy for almost a whole year. Whoa, that's deep. Yeah, so they're going to keep paying me as long as I live. They owe it to me. As hard as I used to work, man, I just can't do it anymore. I mean, I've been hurting for real. A lot of people be faking it and getting paid, but I'd be hurting sometimes real bad. That's too bad. No, that's just the way it is.